ever wondered how your mind breaks down everything you see, hear, smell, taste, and touch into meaningful experiences? Psychology helps us answer this question by studying how the human mind works, and one of the earliest attempts to do this scientifically was through a school of thought called structuralism. Structuralism aimed to understand the mind by examining its most basic element, much like breaking a building down into bricks. In this video, we'll explore what structuralism is, how it studies the mind using introspection, and how sensation and perception from the foundation of our conscious experiences work. We'll also look at how perception is organized and why people can perceive the same thing in different ways. So without wasting any further time, let's dive deeper into the study. Psychology is the scientific study of the human mind and behavior, and one of its earliest branches is structuralism, founded by Wilhelm Wundt, who established the first psychology laboratory in 1879 in Leipzig, Germany. Structuralism focuses on understanding the structure of the human mind by breaking complex mental experiences into simple elements, such as sensation and perception. Unlike earlier philosophical approaches, structuralism introduced a scientific method to study the mind. Its main method was introspection, or looking inwards, where trained participants carefully observed and described their conscious thoughts, feelings, and sensory experiences when exposed to stimuli, focusing only on raw sensation without interpretation. This systematic observation helps psychologists identify the basic elements of consciousness and how they combine to form more complex mental processes. Other than that, sensation is considered the most basic elements of consciousness in structuralism. It refers to raw information we receive from the world through our five senses: sight, hearing, taste, touch, and smell. Each sense provides specific types of data. Sight allows us to perceive color, brightness, and shapes. Hearing gives us information about pitch, volume, and tone. Taste detects sweetness, sourness, bitterness, and saltiness. And touch senses pressure, texture, temperature, and pain. And finally, smell identifies different odor. Each sensation has qualities such as intensity, duration, and clarity, which structuralists studied meticulously using introspection. Sensation provides the raw data for perception, forming the building blocks of conscious experiences. On the other hand, perception is the process by which the mind organizes, interprets, and makes senses of these sensations. Perception is influenced by attention, memory, past experiences, and expectations, which means that two people can perceive the same sensation differently. For instance, one person may perceive the aroma of coffee as pleasant and energizing, while another may find it too strong or bitter. Perception, therefore, is an active process where the brain organizes sensory inputs into meaningful experiences. Structuralists were also interested in how perception is organized. They found that sensations are not experienced in isolation, but are arranged according to specific mental principles to form coherent, meaningful experiences. There are mainly 6 ways through perception is organized. The first one is figure-ground relationship, where the mind separates an object from its background, like seeing a word on a page. The second one is similarity, which groups elements that look alike, whereas proximity groups objects that are close together. And the next one is closure, that allows the mind to fill in missing information to perceive complete form. Then we have continuation, which helps us organize stimuli into continuous lines or patterns. And then we have simplicity, which reflects the brain's tendency to interpret objects in the simplest and the most organized way possible. These principles shows that perception is not passive. The brain actively organizes sensory information to make senses of the world efficiently. Structuralists also recognize that perception is highly variable and influenced by internal and external factors. One factor is the first impression, which shapes how we initially interpret people or situations. Then we have personality, which affects whether we perceive events positively or negatively. Then comes mood, that influences perception at the moment, such as feeling happy and noticing positive aspects of an environment, or feeling sad and perceiving things negatively. Then we have past experiences that create expectations that shape perception, like associating a barking dog with danger or playfulness, depending on previous encounters. Then we have attention, which determines which sensations are noticed and which are ignored. And finally, we have cultural and social background that influences the meaning we assign to sensory information. These 6 factors, first impression, personality, mood, past experiences, attention, and culture, explains why people perceive the same stimulus differently, highlighting that perception is shaped by both sensory input and internal mental force factors. And that's it. Today we discussed structuralism, and in the upcoming videos we're going to discuss the 5 left branches of psychology in more detail. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And if you need extra help for any subject from grade 1 to 8, please contact us on our email address for more information. Thank you very much for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, stay healthy.